Good morning, Ram Fam, and welcome to this week's edition of the Saturday Spark, where I hopefully can give you a little training inspiration for your Saturday morning meeting. Well, as promised, I'm going to keep focusing the Spark on training and strategies to keep you recession-proof, because we know something's coming. We don't know the magnitude of the length, but I promise you one thing. Unlike COVID, which caused us to wing it and write a new rule book, recessions we know how to handle. Downturns in the economy, we know how to succeed because we've been there, done that. We've already written the rule book, and after everyone runs around thinking this is something new, we realize it's exactly what we've been through before. We know what to do. We dig in and get back to fundamentals. So let's start building a proactive mindset focused on previous customers. Imagine living in this gorgeous house. You're wondering what I'm doing here. Well, you live in this gorgeous house on this beautiful lake. You invited me over to check it out. It's fully stocked with fish you need to feed your family. But guess what? You never fish out of the lake. The only time you eat out of this lake is if a fish jumps out and lands in your lap. Where you fish to feed yourself and your family, well, it's a bit of a drive. It's a much bigger lake. There's less fish in it. These fish are much harder to reel in, and as long as you pay, you can fish here. But you have to pay big money, and it is pay to play. Everyone is invited. Does this sound familiar? The big lake, the fish in there? That's all your inbound leads, the ones that flow right into your CRM, and you get to show up maybe 20, 30, if you're great 40% of the time. But remember this lake, the one you own, the one you live on, the one that's paid for? That's every previous customer in your database. The ones that have already spent their money with you, the ones you already marketed to, the ones that you've worked hard to build trust. These previous customers sell. Forget about the show. They sell 60% more of the time. These previous customers are waiting for you to fish them, to keep you recession-proof and working smarter, not harder. To accomplish this, we need to be working on our database. Let's start by going to the lowest hanging fruit. We want to breed success here with some smart wins. Anyone who bought a car from you in early 19, right through the COVID price spikes, by middle of 2020, some of you are sooner, some of you are later, these customers have equity. And this is literally their last chance to max out that equity in their current vehicle. Even though new prices are still high, used are heading down to normal. Use that as your hook and reel that customer in. You got this. Focus on the fish in your pond. Hook them with the reality that used prices are headed one way, and this is their last shot to get the most out of their current vehicle. Get out there today and crush it. I'll see you next week.